Hey sweet friends. Alright, tonight we are going to make a chicken fajita casserole. It is very good. I think I have made one on here. Hang on a minute, let me get this thing adjusted. I think I have made one on here before, but it has been at least 2 years ago, right after I started this page. So what I have here, this is just 3 boneless chicken breasts, okay, that I just diced up in little small pieces. And then I seasoned it up. I drizzled a little bit of olive oil over, and then I just seasoned it up with some fajita seasoning, okay? You can use that. You could do just some taco seasoning, really whatever you want to add, okay? So I'm just going to saute this up, cook this up really good, and I will probably cook this to where it's pretty much completely done, even though we're going to mix all this up and put it in the oven. Y'all know how I am about chicken, so I would just rather go ahead and have this done. And then right here, I have some beautiful mixed peppers and onions. I put a little bit of cilantro on there because I bought the cilantro because I'm making up a little pico to go with it. Anyway, I'll tell y'all a little bit more about that in a minute. Let me just, first things first is I want to let this chicken cook, and I'll be back and we will get on with it. Hey y'all, okay, so our chicken is cooking up really good. As you can see here, it's just searing up really nice. And so what I like to do, just because I want my chicken good and cooked and tender, I have a little bit of chicken broth here, and I'm going to do just a tiny little splash, about like that. And so now I'm just going to let it sit here and cook for a second, let it tenderize up, make sure it's done. This is optional. You don't have to do this. You can cook yours however long you want to. This is just my choice, okay? And I'm going to kind of break it up a little bit as it's cooking. But anyway, just a few more minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. I'll be back and we're going to get on to the next step. Alright y'all, here is our chicken. I am going to take this out. I'm going to just place it on this little plate over here. Okay. And then now I'm going to put down a little bit more of our olive oil. I don't like this little sprayer. I've got to get me another one, but anyway. Get us some olive oil in there. My little bottle is out over here. I got to refill it. And so right here I have some onion, some red bell pepper, some green bell pepper, and I had about 2 of those little tiny little orange peppers left in the fridge. And so I finally have used up all of those, and then I tossed in a little bit of cilantro that I bought to make my pico with. I'll show y'all that in just a second. So anyway, I'm just going to let these cook up for a little bit. And if you'll notice, I still have them in really big pieces. I want it to be that way. Now, if you want yours to be in smaller pieces, you can do that. I chose for this to be a chunkier style because I'm doing this low carb. And so I'm not going to be putting in any rice or anything like that. So our texture is going to be our peppers, onions, and our chicken. But this is a very versatile casserole. You can do rice, you can do some corn, you could do black beans. You can change it up however you want, and you'll see as I get it going, you'll kind of be able to know if you want to add other things to it. But anyway, this is just how I'm going to do it. I got to get back trying to incorporate some healthier meals, y'all. I kind of get off track sometimes. I think it's all about moderation. It's all about balance, and I've gotten away from that, and I've gotten too much on the other side of it, and so I got to do better and get back to doing some of my lower carb dishes. So this is definitely one of them, but it is a delicious one. All right, y'all, I'm going to let these cook down for a little bit, and I'll come back. Hey y'all, so real quick, while our peppers and onions are cooking, here is our pico. I had chopped up 1 little small red tomato, a little bit of diced onion, and then I put some fresh cilantro in there. So I'm just going to mix that up. Now I love to buy the pico already made at Walmart, but I didn't go to Walmart tonight. In my little grocery, they have some, but it's not the same, and I felt like it was just way better to go ahead and just get the stuff and make my own. Oh yeah, and also I forgot, I put a little bit of jalapeno in here. I had some fresh jalapeno in the fridge, and I diced up a little bit of that. So here is where we are. Only thing I really have left to add to this is some lime that I have sliced in half here. I'm going to do half of this one. That may be enough. I think I'll wait and taste it before I add the rest. And then I'm going to do some salt and pepper. And that's going to be it. Let's see. So yeah, I did one small tomato, a little bit of onion, a little bit of jalapeno, some fresh cilantro, salt, pepper, and some lime juice. And that's it, Joe. Don't that look good? And what I will do, I will use this to kind of garnish with. I may even mix some in our dish. I'm not sure yet, and I am just spilling this everywhere. Goodness gracious. All right, y'all. I'm just going to let our veggies cook up. I'm going to clean up my little mess here. I'm just going to let this sit and hang out. It seems like as it sits for a while, it kind of gets better. So, anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, our onions and peppers are starting to get a little bit of char on them, which is what I want. I have it up at a pretty high temperature right now, and I'm going to take a little bit more of our fajita seasoning and just sprinkle a little bit over them. Okay, just like that, just a little sprinkle. Give that a good mix. Get that good flavor on there. Y'all, this smells so good. Look at these. They look good. Alright, I'm going to give these just another few minutes because I don't want to cook these to where they're completely soft. I'm going to let them cook another minute or two, and I'll come back. We're going to get these out, and we're going to make our little sauce mixture. Okay, y'all. Here's our peppers and onions. As you can see here, you kind of want them to have that little bit of char on there, like they would look if they were to come out on a fajita plate at a Mexican restaurant. You know what I'm talking about? How they are whenever they come out on that good hot plate. Alright, so you see all this good stuff here in the bottom of our skillet. We are going to deglaze that, and we're going to make a delicious sauce. Let's see, I forgot to get my butter out. Give me just a second, y'all. Alright, y'all, so I have about a tablespoon of butter here. Put that in the skillet. Alright, and to that, we are going to add in about, y'all, I'm very unorganized tonight, as you can see. I didn't even have all this out and ready like I normally do. I also forgot to add my garlic in with my veggies, so we're going to have to do that in a minute, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work, okay? Alright, so right here, I have about 6 ounces of cream cheese. I really only want about, well, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and do it. I'm going to put in 6 ounces of cream cheese. Normally, I would probably only do about 4, but since I forgot and didn't have it ready, I'm just going to put the whole thing in. It will work out just fine. It just may make it a little bit extra creamy. All right, and then I'm going to get my sour cream here. Let's see. And for this, we're going to do about a good half a cup of sour cream. Okay, just like that. Let's get this mixed down. We got that little bit of butter in there. This is going to be our delicious sauce mixture that we're going to put in with our chicken and peppers and onions for a casserole. Okay, And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in a little bit of chicken broth. Now at this point, if you want to do heavy cream instead of broth, you can. I just choose to do broth. It's a little bit lower calorie, lower carb for, like I said, that's one of my reasons for wanting to make this, is just because it's delicious, but you can make it very healthy. Or low carb, let's just say that. I know people are going to come at me. You got to watch what you say on here. Goodness gracious. Anyway, I'm going to let this just kind of melt down. And y'all, about my garlic, since I forgot about it, I guess I need to go ahead and get it put in here. So we're just going to have to deal with it. I've got 4 little cloves here, and I'm just going to slice these up, and I'm just going to let them simmer in here in this sauce. Like I said, normally you would want to put these in with your peppers and onions for the last few minutes, you know, of them cooking, but I forgot. So I'm going to slice up these little pieces, okay? Or you can just leave these out. You don't even have to add these, but I like to. I love the flavor of it. Let's get that one back in there. Okay. So 4 little cloves. Okay. Alright, y'all. I'm just going to let this cook, let this melt down. I will add a little bit more broth accordingly, just depending. And I'll let you know whenever I come back. Alright, y'all. You can see here we have just a delicious little sauce mixture. It smells so good. I'm going to add in, again, a little bit of our fajita seasoning. Now remember, we've just added a little bit of this along the way to all of our stuff. And I promise you, it will be so good. I also love to make a chicken fajita soup. Now I do most definitely serve it over rice. But it is so good. And then, so I was trying to debate tonight which one I wanted to do. And then I got to thinking, with my leftovers from this, I may end up making the chicken fajita soup with what we have left over from here. So we will just see. I'm going to do just a little bit more of my broth in here. Just a few more little, just a little bit more. You see here? That look good. It smells amazing. Alright, I'm going to get out my shredded cheese. And I think that's going to be about it. And we're going to be ready to toss this thing together. Well, let me do my rotel. See, I done forgot about it. I had it open over here. Add in 1 can of rotel. Now you can do, now I've done this different ways. You can do some pico, you can do just some salsa, you can do whatever you have, but I really love to do the rotel. But again, it's all just a personal choice, or just whatever you have on hand. That's usually the way I go about it. So 1 can of rotel in there. I'm going to get us out some shredded cheese. I'm going to come back and we're going to get all this tossed together. Okay, we're taking the easy route tonight, y'all. A bagged cheese. This is some Kobe Monterey Jack. Use whatever kind you want. I'm just going to do just a little sprinkle in here. Maybe 1/4 of a cup at most. You don't need that much because we're going to put the rest on top. So mix that in a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to go back in with our peppers, onions, and chicken. Okay. Give all this a good mix. And all that good mixture. Got that cheese in there now. That look good. Okay. Let me back y'all up here because I don't want to set that. I learned the hard way about setting a casserole dish on a hot burner, even after it was turned off. Like, it shattered on us one night. Seriously, don't ever chance it, okay? All right, so I sprayed this really good with my spray. I'm gonna go in with all of our stuff. You don't want to leave none of this behind because this flavor is so good. I'm telling you. Okay. Spread that out really good. I like to kind of mix it because it seems like when you first pour it out, you have all your chunky stuff and then you have all your liquid at the end. So I like to kind of give it a good mix, just like that. Okay. Alright. And then now we're going to go in with our cheese. I can't believe Bella's not coming here. She's sleeping. She's in there on the couch. I can hear her sleeping. She's not even realizing that I'm using this cheese. Alright, so what I did earlier, whenever I diced up my peppers and onions, I left a few out just so I could put them on top for a little bit of color. Y'all know I love that. And I thought, well, this being a fajita casserole, these little peppers and everything on top will just make it look so pretty. Alright, and then of course I have me some green onion here that I want to put on top. So I'm going to get some of that out. Let's see here. Let me get my scissors here. You can top it whatever you want. Like I said, I know a lot of times with dishes like these, people love to do like the black olives and stuff. See, I just don't like black olives. But you can if that's what you like. I'm going to put all of this over it. A few more here. Okay. And I want to get out just a few of my tomatoes and this stuff here. I'm just going to put it in my hand and kind of sprinkle it over the top. Make it look nice and pretty. Okay, y'all. I have my oven, 350. I'm only going to need to cook this just a very short amount of time because we've already got everything done. We just need to basically just melt the cheese and get everything nice and cooked together. So I'm thinking about 20-25 minutes. Anyway, I'll be back, y'all. Hey, y'all, look at our delicious casserole here. Oh, gosh, it smells so good. I cooked this on 350 for 25 minutes, and then I turned it on broil just for a few minutes to kind of let the top get nice and bubbly. Not very long at all. As you can see, I got it out pretty quick. What I'm going to do here is get out some so it can start cooling off before we try to do the taste test, because this is crazy hot. And another reason why I want to go ahead and get this out is because I want to do, I have my little 0 carb tortillas here, and I want to make it up, make one at least. I think I only have 2 left in there, but anyway, I want to make it up in that and just kind of see how it is. But first things first is we got to let this cool off. So as you can see here, and also you can see it's still nice and creamy, so if you wanted to serve this over rice, it would be so delicious. So it's just all about what you're going for, what your needs are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put me a little bit more cheese over the top of it, just like this. And let's see, I'm going to spread it out just like this. Alright, I'm going to take some of my pico here, put some of that over the top. Okay. I love some good salsa. I'm gonna do that. Basically like I would fix up my fajita. Like I love a good fajita, and this is what I do. I just put a little bit of everything on there. Some sour cream. Okay. And I have an avocado here that I just kind of diced up. Only thing I did to this was I cut it up and I put on a little bit of lime juice and some salt and pepper. Okay. Alright, y'all, I'm just gonna let this sit here, cool off. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna try it like this, and I'm gonna scoop some of this up and put it in our little tortilla, and we're gonna try it both ways. All right, y'all. I'll see you back in a second. All right, y'all. Let's see if this is cool enough to fix this up. A little fajita here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to go in this way. That way I can get a little bit of all that topping. There we go. Works out good. Okay. Oh. Look at this, y'all. We already got everything on there. Here you go. And let me try to navigate Joe up here. Let's see here. These things are so tiny. These little, but I did see, I've been meaning to tell y'all that, and I've been meaning to get some. They did come out with the bigger zero carb ones now. Like these are the little tiny ones. They have the, like, I think they're more like the maybe burrito size or fajita size. I don't know, but anyway, they're a lot bigger, so that's good because these are tiny. This is gonna go everywhere. I already know it. Let me get my plate down here so it can just fall on it. All right, here it goes, y'all. It just seriously, y'all, this tastes just like a fajita, but it's creamy, like a creamy fajita with all that creamy stuff in there. This is so good. I love this casserole. I knew I did. I hadn't made it in a while, but I remembered that I loved it. It's messy, but it's good. Let me see if I can get this off down here. Alright, I'm going to set this down. Have y'all ever seen such a mess? Alright, I'm going to get my fork here. Get that off that spoon. I'll just sit that back in there. I'm going to just eat some of it like this, which is initially how I do serve this, but I remembered that I had those few little tortillas left, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it on one of those. I knew it would be good, and it certainly is. But you just put all your toppings on there, and it's delicious. So good. Remember, if you're not wanting to do low carb, you can do rice, you can do beans, you can do corn. Add whatever to this you want. It is so versatile. You change it up to make it your own, whatever you want. Perfect, y'all. All right, y'all. I have kept y'all in here way too long. I know I was a little bit scattered tonight. I had everything over here ready, and then I got on my phone, and so I walked away for a second, and I came back thinking I had everything organized and ready to go, and I didn't. But anyway, that's okay. Sometimes we just gotta take those phone calls, you know what I mean? All right, y'all. Y'all try this. It is delicious. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.